it, or you have been brought up to believe that there is something in the resistant to you simply cheering for yourself.
In order to achieve greatness, you must first believe you can. The reason why you're not taking advantage of this opportunity is not because you don't believe it is, you don't believe it is. There's nobody as good as you in the world. You're the best right now. The only reason you're not the best right now is because you don't believe you're the best now. And when you walk out this room, I want you to go in and tell yourself, I'm the best right now. He said, before you even become number one, start to proclaim it and say it long before it happens. Say I'm the number one in the world. Say exactly what I said. That Eric Thomas is number one in the world. I spoke it, the world heard it, and it activated. Your problem is that you don't believe you belong here. Your problem is that you don't think you should be sitting down here. Listen to me very closely. If I have one message to leave you with that's a game changer, is you need to start to believe. It's not a behavior that influences the mindset. It's the way they think is what you need.
Woo! How is treating yourself as if you're unworthy helping you?
I love it. I love it. Good morning. Good morning, dreamers. Happy Tuesday. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited to be on here with each and every one of you. And I've got a great topic coming into today. Yesterday, we kind of separated the two. The difference between having motivation and then also having willpower. And today, I want to go a couple levels deep into really defining how to go ahead and really start gaining some of this willpower into all areas of our life. So as always, before we go ahead and get into today, let me know, how's everybody feeling? How's the morning been? We're on day 9 of the day 75 hard challenge, and I'm definitely feeling a little bit sore. I can feel the 2 sessions kicking in, the meal plan feeling good, definitely eliminating some sugar, some of the junk food that's not needed. So we're feeling elevated. Let me get IG live, and let's go ahead and get started for today's topic. We've got a lot of amazing things coming into the week. Ton of value on the trading side, e-commerce, so get ready. In fact, Joey's actually live right now as we speak, so definitely going to have to hop on once we get off. So 8 tips for willpower. Love it. Awesome. So family, so grateful to be alive. So glad to be on here with each and every single one of you. So grateful for the dream team. So thankful to have the access that each and every one of us have. And so glad that we're on the brink of, I believe, what is one of the greatest years of our lives. You see, we're in 2024. And I think this year is going to be huge for a couple of different reasons, right? Number one, we have the halving coming up. Number two, they're talking about, as far as the e-learning space goes, this is actually the biggest it's ever been coming in 2024 than the past. So people are looking for new streams of income. People are looking to go ahead and gain another stream from home, another stream outside of what they're doing. So it's safe to say that there's never been a better time than right here, right now, to go ahead and get locked in to level up. Let's go. Juicy Nails in the building. I see you, Queen. What's going on? Love it, love it. So today we're going to be talking about 8 keys to really go ahead and tap into our willpower, because everybody can see it, right? January 15th comes by, January 3rd, the end of the month comes, and everybody in the gym is gone. All these resolutions start to evaporate and fade. And the reason for that is many have motivation, but very few are tapping into their willpower. So today, I want to go 8 levels deep into actually figuring out how each and every one of us can actually start tapping into this field. Because every one of us has it. Every one of us have access to go ahead and find our willpower. The problem is sometimes it gets lost. Sometimes life hits. So here's the 1 through 8. First thing is first, okay? If you guys have ever taken, maybe you're at home, you're by yourself at nighttime, if you've ever lit a candle to go ahead and focus on one thing, super powerful, right? Shane and Talina locked in. It's good to see you. So one of the first things for developing willpower is being able to develop focus. There's a couple different ways, right? You can either light a candle at home. You guys can stare at a dot on the wall. It's learning to be able to go ahead and block out the noise and start being able to go ahead and focus on one thing. And one of the biggest problems with meditation comes by, absolutely, definitely a day to go ahead and make the most of it. You already know, Shane. It's, even for myself, one of the hardest things when it came to meditating, the first 10 seconds that I would get in it, my mind would start thinking about 10 other things, would start going 1,000 different places, and I could never sit still. People would talk about meditating for 5 minutes and 10 minutes and 30 minutes. I was like, I can't even sit still for 10 seconds. So I had to start small. And one of the couple ways that I started doing that was just by these little practices, getting by myself, making sure everything was either quiet or had binary beats on to go ahead and influence both sides of the hemisphere, right? And I started to go ahead and really be able to get in tune with nothing. This is what meditation is. There's different forms of meditation, but one of the easiest ways to get started is by block out everything and just focus on one thing. So that's number one. And here's the cool part. When we can start to do it for 30 seconds, we can start to do it for a minute, we can start to do it for multiple minutes. Just like anything else, we're able to go ahead and focus on any other task that we're doing longer, because the same thing with meditation. If we can't sit and stay focused for a matter of a couple minutes, how hard is it going to be to do any other task and stay focused for a matter of a couple minutes without getting a notification from social media? Then we go and check it out, or we get an email, and then we get off track. You see, my mentor says something very powerful. Sean says it all the time. He says, one distraction, think about it, if one distraction can take away 23 minutes of our time. And imagine how many distractions we have over the course of the day. So this is why so many people, hours end up getting wasted, because we get so sucked into distractions that don't even seem like they're making a huge difference. But in reality, they play a massive role. So number one is exercises to learn how to go ahead and focus on one thing, right? If you guys have ever tried to balance on one leg, you'll notice it's always easier to balance when you stare at one thing. If you stare at a piece on the ground, if you stare at a piece on the wall, why? Because the brain is only focusing on a one. It's not trying to multitask, but it's locked in. And the moment we can do this with all different activities, this is where things get taken to another level. I'll give you a perfect example. You ready? Imagine going to the gym, right? Drop a 3 down below if you guys have ever been there. If you guys have been at the gym, but you might be there physically, but the mind is completely in another realm. And we don't get as good of workout as we could have if we were really locked in and focused, instead of maybe worrying about the what ifs that happened yesterday. What went wrong? We're so anxious about the future, what's about to happen next, that it affected the present moment. I've been there many times. So the whole reason for this exercise is it's way deeper than just meditation. This can be taken in all different areas. I'm talking about in trading, in putting up products in our e-commerce store, in learning how to build the brand, making videos. All of these things, it's going to take direct focus to go ahead and maximize the activity. Because all of these activities, they can get done, but if we're thinking about 10 other things as we're doing one thing, we can all agree it's not going to be as efficient as it would have been if we had everything locked in on the activity, on whatever it is that we were focusing on. Okay. And this is how we get wins. This is how we start building momentum, because the right action leads to the right results. We can put in the action, but if we put in the action half-ass, we can get half-a results, right? 1,000% detrimental in trading. It's true. So true. Getting lackadaisical, it catches up. Trust me, I've been there. I know it well, right? Here's number 2. The second key to really go ahead and dig deep with willpower is identifying levels deep on what internally motivates you. So I want to ask everybody right now, let's go ahead and do a little game. If I were to ask each of you, give me one thing, give me something that just pulls into your mind when I ask you what internally motivates you. And we talked about this yesterday, right? External and internal motivators. So number 1, let's just give an example. Who wants to go ahead and be a brave soul and drop down one thing that internally motivates? Because we can do this not only with ourselves, but we can also do this with anybody else as well, to really go ahead and dig deep and figure out the root cause. The root is where the magic is, right? So let's just say for anybody on IG that answered, what's something that internally motivates you? I love it. Somebody said retire my mom and dad. Okay, perfect. You want to go ahead and retire mom and dad. I love that. My next question is why? Freedom and to experience, freedom to have any experience that you wish. I love it, right? So go ahead and friend, as you listen to this, take this 8 levels deep with me. You ready? Here's the first question. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to be able to have freedom to experience anything that you wish? Where does the mind go to next? What's the next step that you start thinking about? So for the example, someone wants to retire their mom and dad. I say, why? They said, well, my mom and dad, they're actually working really hard. They're still actually delivering pizzas. They're still actually working as a taxi driver, and I'm ready for them to retire. Well, my next question is why? And then see where the brain goes next. Because I'm sick and tired of watching them struggle. I'm sick and tired of watching them come home and literally wake up to do the exact same thing, miserable, complaining about the news, living in fear every single day. My next question is, why does that bother you? Why? Why do you want to really go ahead and do this to really retire them? Because I'll feel like a failure if I don't. Why? Because I want to go ahead and be a good and faithful servant, and I want to go ahead and leave a lasting legacy for my last name. Bingo! Now we hit the root. Now we've actually hit the target because we've been able to go 8 levels deep. You see, the emotion, it lies deeper than the first 2 or 3 layers. You know why? Because for years, and this is so true, the moment that I really learned this, right? For years, we've always asked people, what's your why? Oh, go ahead and tell me your why. And some people will say that all the time. Well, I want to retire my mom and dad. I'm sick and tired of watching them work. I want to go ahead and do X and I want to do Z. Well, here's the reason why most of the time that never ends up happening. Because if that why was already so strong, then something would have already changed. Something would have probably already shifted, right or wrong. And I realized this. So most of the time, it's deeper than just what it is that we say. It's deeper than just what it is that we think our why really is. We might want to retire mom and dad, but what's a couple layers deeper than that? And with this example, this was a perfect way to start identifying the emotion, the feeling. Never want mom to be able to work again. Why? Because she's having trouble walking. She's dealing with disability right now. You see? Now we can go ahead and really get emotional about this thing. I want her to be able to have teeth. I want to be able to get her gray hair back so she can feel lively and abundant. I don't want my grandparents to be able to stay in a nursing home. Why? Because they deserve a lot more than that. They've given me everything when I was little. They watched over me when I was a child. These are layers deep inside of my internal motivations. So it's key. I love this. Number 3. Next part is going to be removing temptations. Okay. Removing temptations. When it comes to willpower, temptations, distractions, this is one of the easiest things to go ahead and knock anybody off course, right? Everybody has distractions. Everybody has things that go ahead and take a piece of our peripherals. Now, what do I mean by that? We can be focused, but everybody has peripheral vision. Our peripherals could be maybe somebody at home. Somebody at home is negative. Somebody in the family, they don't believe in us. Maybe every time that we go to class and we talk to a couple classmates, maybe they don't see our vision. So at the end of the day, there's always going to be birds that talk. There's always going to be temptations to the left and to the right, getting on social media, getting distracted, going in a rabbit hole on something that is completely irrelevant. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with relaxing. There's nothing wrong with recharging. What I am saying is for this season, it's going to require what's called tunnel vision, right? There's a reason why horses wear tunnel blockers in a race because they can't see their peripherals. They can't see the noise. So for this season, if you guys are wearing your tunnel blockers, drop some 5s down below because there's going to be a lot of distractions. Hey, come and watch the football game. I've heard it literally all week. I love the Eagles. I've probably got about 9 different messages this past week. D, you coming to watch the Eagles game? You coming out to the bar? No, I'm not going. I got to work on my own game. I've been so busy cheering on professionals wearing a freaking uniform for my whole life that I forgot about the last name on my uniform. And I always wondered that. It's just like I loved going to games for a long time, but as I get older, I realized I didn't as much. Why? Because I got tired of literally watching other people succeed. And I said, you know what? I want that to be me. I want to have my last name on the jersey. I want to have people cheering for my name. I want to be able to have all this impact with a massive team winning and growing. So I started putting time into myself, into my own energy, into my own vision, and it expanded. At the beginning, it was all about paying bills. Had to eat. But as it started to grow, as it started to expand, it became much bigger than you and I. And this is where the magic started to really happen. Lovely in the building. I love to see it. Absolutely. Let that sing. This is deep right here. Okay. Next. Here's the next piece. Having willpower, it needs to be earned to go ahead and develop willpower. You see, willpower is not something we can just write down on a paper and then boom, we got it. Willpower is something that is literally gained day by day. It strengthens, just like going to the gym. We're not going to go ahead and grow in one day. Just like willpower, it doesn't happen all in one day. And that's okay. So how do we do something about that? The easiest way is to let's start small. Let's start small. What can we do today to go ahead and gain some of this willpower back? And for many of us on this call, we've been on the 75-day hard challenge. Today is day 9. 9 days straight. For some of you saints, we've been tapped in since about Christmas, right? Pushing the 3-week mark. But it's 5 simple things we can do every day. It's not hard to read 10 minutes. It's not hard to drink a gallon every day. It's not hard to go ahead and change our diet around to eat a little bit healthier. And it's definitely not hard to take a picture. None of these things are difficult. But the hard part is just being able to get ourselves to get up and freaking do it. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. You hear it all the time, but what's most important to us? It needs to get tattooed. It's so important, right? Next, here's the next piece. Writing goals in blue ink every single day, okay? Writing goals in blue ink. Now, this is something I learned a long time ago. Until this day, I still use it, right? If you don't know yet, we remember blue ink better than we remember black ink. So I'll never forget when I first got started, I had a whole bunch of black pens. My mentor literally went in my bag and he threw all my black pens and he gave me some blue ones. And he said, D, from now on, write in blue ink. And ever since then, everything that I've written down has been in blue ink. Everything. Every day that I write these goals, the journaling, the notes, the affirmations, the visualization, every single freaking page is written in blue ink for a reason. Because I've been able to study the 1%. The 1%, they leave clues. Just like success. Success leaves clues unless we're clueless. So everything that we're gaining from today is not something that I made up. It's not something that Mina made up. This is coming from literally collectively the 1% on what they do, how they live, and how they actually go about their daily rituals in life. Okay? Here's the next one. Next one is going to be right here. Stop putting up with excuses. Now, even for myself, got to let them go. Excuses only sound best to the ones that make them, and most time that's us. I've been the type of person to go ahead and blame the world, blame the president, blame my college loans for getting me $30,000 in debt, blame God for what happened to my sister. I've been the one to play the blame game for a lot of things in life. Blame the charts for me losing trades, blame freaking Shopify because I'm getting no sales. I know about it all. Played the blame game on just about everything. But it came to a point in my life where I finally understood I can keep blaming, I can keep complaining all day long. But you know what God sees? You know what the universe sees? You know what success sees? Success doesn't see complaining. They don't see whining. They don't see, oh, why is this never working out for me? All success sees is belief, faith, action, learning, growing, asking questions. That's what success sees. And it took me a long time to realize that, but eventually it finally started to click. So for every single one of us, there's no such thing as success is only available to the 1%, to the esoteric, to the chosen few. No, 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 no. It's available for all of us, those that decide, those that make the decision to go ahead and believe that we can have access to all of this abundance. In fact, drop a 3 down below if you believe you are worthy for all of the abundance that God, the universe, whoever you may believe in, is willing to give every single one of us. Who believes that? You got to believe it. That's step one. Before anything else, you've got to believe that 2024 can be a year of break frees, quantum leaps, 10xing, growing in all different areas. This is where it all starts. Christina in the building. What's going on, Queen? It's good to see you, M. What's going on? Love it. Okay, next one. I'm almost done. Stick with me. Got a couple more for you. What do we got? 3 more. All right, number 6. Number 6 is going to be making our goals happen no matter what. Looking for drive, not motivation. Now, I want to give everybody a visual, okay? I want everybody to go ahead and drop down somebody or something that you love, something that you could just hold right now and squeeze tight, and you can get emotional thinking about it. It brings tears to your eyes to go ahead and feel that body, to feel that dog, to feel that child, to feel that little one. Who is that person to you? Drop them down below. Let me know. Who is somebody that really lights your fire? Who's somebody that literally could boost your energy right now if you were to get one phone call, one text message, one hug? Who is that person to you? Let me know. I'll give you mine. One of mine is my grandfather. I call him my papa. I'm Jewish, right? So in Israel, for grandfather, for a lot of us, papa, right? My dog, I love it. Fran, I knew the dog was coming, okay? Your kids, let's go. Grandma, okay, I love it. I see it. So everybody always asks me, D, how can I really tap into my willpower? How can I find that drive? Help me light that fire. And there's a visual that I've gotten years ago that I always go back to. I think about it all the time. And this is it, okay? This is from one of our mentors too, from Sean. He says, take the person that you love the most. Take one of the things that you love the most in this whole world. For some of you, it's your dog. For some of you, it's your children. For some of you, it's your parents. For some of you, it's your grandparents. Now, I want you to imagine that person, right? Imagine them. Now, imagine the Empire State Building, and they're standing at the top of the Empire State Building all by themselves. And imagine if we didn't take action. Imagine if we didn't get bold. Imagine if we didn't start asking questions. Imagine if we didn't start putting ourselves out there. Imagine if we didn't start developing some of these daily disciplines. That individual, that dog, that person, that thing gets pushed off the edge. Pushed off the edge. Imagine if we only had a week. Imagine if we only had a month's time frame to go ahead and do these certain things, to take action, to really believe in ourselves, to ask questions, to put ourselves out there, to do things that make us nervous. Drop a 2 down below if their life was on the line, that we would do all of these things with no questions asked. Let me know. How many of you would do so? How many of you would go run in a burning building if that loved one, if that dog was in there? How many of you would go run in there and go save them? This is willpower. This is the burning desire. This is where it really kicks in. And I thought about that. At the beginning, I used to be so afraid of speaking to people. I used to be so afraid of putting my name out there. I used to be so afraid of giving my value, until I realized if I keep waiting, if I keep holding my voice shut, if I keep not taking action, if I keep giving into all this disbelief, guess what? Eventually, that family member, they're going to get pushed off the edge. Why? I'm not going to have money to pay for their bills. I'm not going to have money to pay for them to get healthy. I'm not going to be able to do the things that they like to do, like travel, go on certain beaches, see certain things. They might not die physically yet, but they'll die mentally. I've seen it over and over again. So I got into a frame of mind, and I want to give all of you this. Ready? When I lost my sister in 2014, right? She's born from 97 to 2014. So I want you guys to envision this. 27, 28 years of life. When I turned roughly around 21, right around that time, and I figured out that she passed, I asked myself this question. How would I live if I only had 7 to 8 more years left to live? How would I move? Would I wake up with a little bit more pep in my step? Would I stop being afraid of everything that makes me nervous? Would I go out and do the things that gave me butterflies? You know what the answer eventually was? Yes. I started to see that time doesn't wait on anybody. We can have a beautiful day today, but God forbid something happens tomorrow. We might not be able to get blessed with another breath. My sister passed at a very young age, and it taught me a lot. And if there's one major thing that it taught me, that life is very precious. Every moment matters, and to never take this for granted, no matter what is happening in life. So you talk about going 7, 8 levels deep. This is part of my 7, 8 levels deep right here. This is where the willpower comes from. Think about it. I want to give you guys an example. 500. Look at today. I can't even lie. I can't make it up. Today is day 500. Look. 500 and Shane too. I know that's why Shane, your work ethic is disgusting. That's why you made it this many days as well. 539 days. Look at that. Day 539, day 538. It keeps going all the way back. 375, 391, right? This comes down to my willpower. I think about my sister every single day. I know she's watching. I know I have angels that are looking over. And I know no matter what distractions, I've had a lot of distractions these past 500 plus days. But I said, no matter what, I'm getting it done. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if there's a funeral. I've been through funerals, still rode in here, still traveled, still rode in here. Rainy days, depressed, crying where nobody had any idea what's going on. But I knew no matter what, I'm making it happen. This is willpower. I've done an episode every single day, Monday through Friday, for the past actually, no matter what, you know what? For the past 500, because I've kept up every day with my journal. I've done a live Monday through Friday for the past, let me see, minimum. I have not missed a Monday through Friday for the past 539 days. I have not missed a live Monday through Friday for the past 539 days, excluding the weekends. And I promise you, I don't say that to brag. I don't say that to boast. I say that to impress upon you. The reason why I do that, the reason why I can do that is because I've identified my willpower. I've dug 8 levels deep in my vision, inside of myself to figure out what do I really want to accomplish? What do I want to go ahead and give service to and be of impact to? Remember days when Rise and Shine was on Saturday, Sunday? Absolutely. I used to do this Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. Till I finally realized, yes, we all need to rest. We all need a recharge break, right? I used to always think about grind. You see, willpower is not about grinding. It's not about grinding 7 freaking days a week, grinding our face into the wall. That's not what I mean about willpower. And that's not what I mean about 500 plus days straight. Yes, we need rest. Yes, we need to recharge. But what I am saying is each one of us have this capabilities. Each one of us have this power inside. But it takes digging emotionally deep enough to really find it. And when you get to that point, it doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what any family member has an opinion to give you. When anybody comments on your social media, because we know where we're going and we know the vision is clear. We know we're building that dream body. We're becoming successful in e-commerce and trading, 6-figure e-commerce stores, 6-figure in trading, 6 figures in crypto, 6 figures in NFTs, 6-figure residual income, impact, travel, giving back to the family, creating a highest connection with our creator, vibrating high, being of value every day, the Mamba mentality. Absolutely. So dreamers, with that being said, that's my training for today. How to go ahead and get into willpower, because the last step is just right here, is repeating 1 through 7. Repeating 1 through 7, because number 7 is don't forget to reward yourself. The last one, everything, believe it or not, the little wins, yes, that should be rewarded. You go to the gym today, that's a reward. You drink your alkaline water today, your gallon for today, That's the reward. You're eating healthy, reward yourself. You get a win on the charts, you get a sale today, reward yourself. Enjoy it. Soak it in. It's the little wins that give momentum to lead to the bigger wins. I promise you, it adds up. You get it. You get somebody that responds back to you today that say, "Yo, I needed that message." Let that fuel you to go make the next story, to go put out the next piece of content. Shout out to JoJo. She's running an event today. Let that be a piece to go ahead and get inspired as a little win to go out to make the next event bigger and better, to get 1% better than the last one. So number 8 is just repeat steps 1 through 7. Some phenomenal steps, some phenomenal tips to go ahead and gain back that willpower. So dreamers, if you guys got any value, if you got a piece of that resonated, go ahead and drop some 5s down below. Smash that like button if you are ready to go ahead and step into your greatness. Because I'm right there with you. It's time. Done playing small. Done letting the opinions of others dictate where we're going in our lives. Now is the time to go ahead and step into our greatness and live a life by design. And it starts with the decisions we make today, the mindset, the belief, the sense of urgency. So I love you, fam. Let's go out and make it happen. Anything you need, I'm here for you every step of the way. If you guys want to get in contact and start diving into learning multiple streams, 30daydreamlaunch.com. If you guys want to go ahead and learn about crypto, NFTs, e-commerce, go ahead and fill out the form below, and we'll see you guys at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Dream team, let's get to work. It's game time.